I didn't have fucking hangouts. I was
Really?
a lonely little boy.
Oh.
So I don't think I had anything like that. Oh, one birthday party. It's so funny because it was me and 3 guys, and we were in a tent on my deck. And the one kid suggested...
A tent on your deck?
Yeah, we had like a deck on the back of my house.
And and the tent was...
My dad set up like a camping tent, and we had a sleepover on the deck.
Oh, that's fun.
And we watched movies and shit. But I remember the one kid suggested we play strip poker.
Oh,
and my dad heard it and like swooped in and was like, boys don't play strip poker together. And now that kid is so gay.
Really?
Like like Broadway actor.
Oh, wow.
Like
musical theater gay.
Like is a professional Broadway musical theater gay.
Good for him.
And I just imagined my dad he's like, all right, that's enough.
That's
I think
so
he was
funny.
Because he had to know.
Did he have like a glass up to his ear to the back door? Just like hoping nothing.
He had to know how gay, because looking back, this kid was wildly gay.
Right.
Like even as a little kid.
Right.
So now, as I think of it, my dad had to just be on patrol. Like,
Oh my
not
God.
my boy, not today.
Well, that's nice he let you hang out with him. Wasn't like he's not welcome in the home. You know.
I think, they were always cool about it, but I think they had an idea and they were weary.
I mean, I can't imagine a parent now.
No.
With the amount of spying they have to do on their child to make sure weird shit doesn't happen.
I mean, I was monitored. I assure you. I don't think I had a conversation on the phone that wasn't monitored.
Really?
Up until I left, until I went to... Because I would see my mom turn the volume down on the TV.
Oh.
And I would be like, she's listening.
I was on the phone all the time.
No, we only had we had a Mickey Mouse house phone in the middle of the house. And
a huge tape recorder right next to it.
No, but I would walk around, turn the volume off, and listen. And then she would ask me questions. What does that mean?
No.
What are you talking about? The first time I had like a girlfriend, not sleeping over or anything, we watched Evil Dead in my room, just sitting on the floor. Uh-huh. I watched my mom light and blow out the same candle 7 times, and then just glare every time she walked by. And I was like, what was that? She goes, I was lighting candles. Why? Because the candle went out again.
And you had no doors.
No, I had no door.
Were there doors on any of the rooms?
Okay, so this was the layout. You would go upstairs, because my dad's shop was downstairs.
And then explain why there weren't doors.
I couldn't tell you. So you go upstairs, and then there'd be a hallway with the bathroom. The bathroom had a door. Then that went into, if you went left, it was our living room. If you went right, it was our dining room and kitchen. Then off the living room was my room, but it was just an open doorway.
Right.
And then beyond the kitchen and dining room was another open doorway where it was my parents' bedroom and then like a back room. Mm-hmm. And that had a sliding door, but that wasn't allowed to be closed. And it was whatever season it was.
Or else it gets the hose again.
if that was ever closed, whatever season it was the reason. Zachary, it's winter. It's too cold back there. Zachary, it's summer. It's going to be too hot. Keep it open. And in reality, it's because I think my mom couldn't sleep unless she knew I was in bed asleep. Because like even if I like got up and like had like water or something, it would be like screaming.
Really?
Get back in bed. And I was like, I'm having a glass of water. And she would go, drink out of the bathroom sink. I don't want you wasting a cup.
Were they plastic cups?
No, like drinking from a glass. Because my mom couldn't sleep knowing there was a glass in the sink.
No.
Dude.
No.
The amount of people can't like, so this was every morning from being a little kid through high school. I would shower. Then my mom would shower. Then she would tell me to put my shoes on and wait at the bottom of the stairs because she had to clean the house before we went to school. So she would scrub the bathroom and clean the house in case a robber came in between the 10 minutes it took to drop me off at school because she couldn't leave the house until she cleaned again. So I would wait downstairs for 20 minutes every morning because my mom didn't want me in the house so that she could clean up everything. Yes. Yes. When I was a baby, my dad told me, so my crib was in the other side of the house, and my mom would vacuum before she went to bed. My dad would have to climb on a chair, then walk across the couch, and then swing through the doorway to go into my room to check on me, because my mom said, I don't want to see any footprints in the carpet when I wake up, because I made the carpet the way I like it. So nobody's allowed to walk on it. So my dad would have to swing through the house.
Would he just have to dress like Mark Wahlberg at the end of The Departed?
Yeah.
Walking around the house.
And he would have to swing through the house like a monkey so that he wouldn't leave
That's kind of fun.
prints. It was nuts.
Dude, what do you think that stems from with your mother?
I think she's just crazy neurotic.
Really?
Yeah.
Is she still that way?
It's better now, but I think it's because she has her own space that she can permanently control.
Wow.
But it was like, I mean, I tell people shit that like fucks them up. Like as a kid through high school, I was not allowed all meals if my mom wasn't home were to be eaten over the garbage can.
What?
Or over the sand. And that was me and my dad.
What? Bro, I need a cigarette.
Right? So
I
would have to stand over the garbage can to have a snack.
I mean, I do that now just because it makes sense.
Because if my mom came home and she saw a crumb, it would be like a fucking nuclear meltdown.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the worst thing you ever got in trouble for?
Grand Theft Auto. I got arrested for grand theft, yeah.
No way.
Yeah, in high school I got arrested for grand theft.
So what happened? How did she respond to that?
Poorly.
Yeah.
Well, so it wasn't really grand theft. It got taken down to criminal trespassing and theft of a conveyance. Which is like running out of a cab without paying.
Right.
But my friend stole a golf cart. And I held the door of the garage open while they did it. And my dad was on the board of ed and my uncle was the mayor. So the cops took the opportunity to completely fuck me. And I got kicked out of school.
Why would they fuck you? Wouldn't they be in line with the fucking...
No. It was a new
politics
mayor. It was a new mayor after my uncle who didn't like him.
Oh.
So I got charged with... They tried to charge me with grand theft and burglary.
Jesus
But luckily my friend was like a career criminal. And his lawyer was like, this is ridiculous. These charges are nuts.
Yeah.
And then the principal... We all had to go to court. And the principal's like, I'm on the phone with the Board of Education right now. And the lawyer just goes, it's 10 in the morning. No, you're not. He goes, they meet at night. They all have real jobs. There's no way you're on the phone with them. And he got caught lying in court. So we all wound up just getting public. I just had to do like community service.
Oh, my God.
The first time I think I really got in trouble as a little kid, I was like maybe 3. And we were driving to Vermont. And I was in the car with my parents. And my grandma and grandpa and my aunt and uncle were in the car, in another car, and they were driving next to us. And my uncle kept making faces at me and like sticking his tongue out and doing that. And I just little 3-year-old me flipped them off. Because I don't think I knew what it was. I just knew it was a bad thing to do.
Yeah.
And that was like a nuclear meltdown from my family.
Really?
You gave your grandparents the finger?
I asked what the finger was. And my parents didn't tell me. They told me that it was because I loved God and Jesus. They told me that it was all the cuss words to God. And I told a friend, and he goes, okay, well then look, I'm not putting it up. And I was like, but he goes, maybe I'm giving the cuss words to the devil. And I was like, you bring up a good point. So then I was like, I can do this. My parents are like, well, time for beating.
I cursed a lot when I was a kid, when I wasn't home. I was like the kid with that. I would always, I went through like a big cursing phase.
Yeah, me too. A friend of mine asked to not hang out with me anymore because I was cussing too much.
Same.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
Well, I wasn't allowed to watch like TV past 8 or like Simpsons or MTV or whatever. And then after my dad died, that like all went by the wayside.
By the way, I feel like we're giving a dissertation on how to not raise you kids like us, by the way. This just sounds like...
Hey, we turned out pretty all right, you know?
Yeah,
all things considered.
Yeah, we don't have to end this episode early so you can go to therapy. I...